What is up, everybody? This is OLB One Lucky Bullet here with a kind of impressions review of God of War, which just came out Friday, 4/20. Kind of funny, but yeah, been playing this game all weekend and really digging it. Had to dive into the settings here, messing around with it, see what we got. You know, always got to do that. Let's just see what we're rolling with here. Let's see here. We don't want to do that. No. Yeah, we want to prioritize that. Camera, HUD, gameplay. Yeah. Yep. All right. Here we go. Let's see here. I'm checking some settings on my TV here, making sure that I have everything right. Definitely want to make sure you've got your stuff tweaked for this, because it's. I mean, I know this is the title screen, but it's pretty freaking pretty so far. At least I think it is. Could just be a static screen though. Not really sure yet. There, let's see here. Let's see. I like this mode. What's the other one gonna look like? New. Yeah. Now, let's see here. That one there. The other one would be too weak for me. So, oh, here we go. So it literally just goes right into it. There's no like cutscene. I guess this is the cutscene. So what's up with the glowing handprint? It's kind of weird, but I'm not really sure what's going on here. Okay. Kratos has got a little bit of age on him now since some of the previous ones. Man, is he detailed though? Like, freaking scar on his chest and stomach. That's crazy. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Where to smack it? Cut it down. Now you see what's ironic is I do sort of tree work for a living, so it sure would be nice if we could just drop trees like that with 4 axe swings. I mean, that's a big freaking tree. And he just dropped it with 4 axe swings. So, yeah, good for him, I guess. I mean, you know, I mean, not all of us are built that way, but hey, you know, you do you, and I'm gonna do me. Oh, there's his bandages. Are they bandages or are they just wraps? I wonder if they're just wraps. Kind of got some reddish tint to them, but I think that's the color, and I think that's the ones he had on previously in other games. But I think maybe the color's faded off of them some. Yeah, there you go. Wrap it.
Found some.
Oh, all right. Hello. I guess this is the boy.
Get in the boat, boy.
Get in the boat. Oh. Yeah, wait, we're gonna have to do something. Let's see here. Where's it at? Hang on. Audio. No. Yes. Subtitles on, please. Thank you. Gotta have my subtitles on. And the reason I did this, I wanted to record a lot of this. I didn't want to get far in the game and then have it to where I'm spoiling things for people, and you know, I'm not really big on that. But, you know. Wait a minute, he just cut that tree down. It was freaking huge, and now he just picks a big chunk of it up. Well, how did he split it? I didn't see him split it.
Still want me to tie it to the boat?
Hell yeah, I want you to tie it to the boat. Damn tree's not going to get itself down the river. Look at that. Just lay it down here like it's nothing. Da, da, da. Tie it on, boy. Yeah. You just put a hook in it? That's it? You don't, like, wrap it or nothing? Whatever, it works for you, buddy.
That is enough.
Now watch. You're about to witness my impressive boat navigational skills, might I add, because apparently this boat was a little difficult to steer. I don't know why. It says use the left stick to steer, but it's not very great to steer with. I felt like I was going to wreck it.
Different.
Everything is different, boy.
Either way,
Try not to dwell
this
on
game is freaking pretty.
Yes, sir.
My God, this game is beautiful looking. Or is it just me? Look, all right, look at there. Look at there. Wrecking. But it's all right. Look, that was a quick thing. Well, where's the rest of the river at? That's a pretty short river. But, I mean, it's cool. Whatever. Whatever you gotta do. Jeremy Davies. Let's see here. Watch him pick it up. Watch all this water drip off of it. That's attention to detail there. Look at that. Swish. Look at it. Drip, 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 drip. Easy. You don't want to hit your kid with that. That's child abuse. Just walking along. Walking. Walking some more. I will tell you though, I am further along in this game by a long shot than what I'm showing you here. I love this game. I think it's amazing. Me personally, I think that this is easily a game of the year. I think that the graphics are amazing. The combat is satisfying. This doesn't, for me, I was never a fan of the other God of Wars. But I really wanted to get this one and try it, and it reminds me, and I really hate putting labels on the game, but it reminds me of a kind of Horizon, Tomb Raider-ish, kind of open world-ish, mixed with some Dark Souls if you're playing it on some of the more challenging difficulties. If you're playing it on the easy kind of difficulty, you're not getting the full experience. But hey, I don't knock anybody. You play it how you want to. I just didn't want to play it on that way because generally when I play an easy mode like that, I burn through the game really fast and I never come back to it. So, I wanted it to be a little bit of a challenge, and by God it is. I mean, just on that regular, normally balanced challenge, the bosses can kill you in a couple hits. The regular enemies, if you're not careful, can kill you in 3 or 4 hits. And that's just the earlier enemies. Once you start getting later and you start, meeting these witch-like things and these freaking heavy-duty guys and stuff, I mean, they're smacking the crap out of you. And, the whole combat system opens up even more because on, talking to some friends that were playing it on the easier setting, you don't get these like different rings that pop up, red, yellow, green, and they signify different things for, an unblockable attack, a blockable counter attack, a stagger attack where you can actually hit them and cancel out their attack. So I mean, it's got a lot more depth into it. They moved the attacks to R1 for a light attack and R2 to a weak or a heavy attack. L1 is your shield. L2, brings up your, kind of aim mode where you can throw your axe. Triangle brings your axe back when you do throw it. X is, I believe I have X set as my, X is the dodge, and circle is my interact, and square is to give commands to your boy, which he can, use arrows and he'll fight with you. Granted, I'm not a huge fan of him at the start. I think he was more of a noose than anything, but the further I've got into it and the longer it's gone, the better he's actually gotten. So, pretty happy with him now, versus what he was. I like this game, like I said earlier. I'm digging it. I was kind of annoyed because I updated the game. When I got it Friday, I updated it. and then I updated it again 3 hours later, and then today, or no, last night, I'm sorry, had another update again for it. And I was like, all right, you know what, you're kind of getting out of control with these updates, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. They, you know, apparently this last update, they made the text size bigger and, you know, are adjustable for you. Hey, that's cool. Whatever. You know, do you. I'm just going to keep playing this game. And like I said, for me, this is easily a Game of the Year contender. The music is amazing. The graphics are top-notch. The controls, perfect. You know, I was playing in a party with my friends the other night, and I was kind of bitching a little bit about the difficulty, but you know what? I chose that difficulty, so it's not on the game, it's on me. You know, it's got some difficult sections in it, you know, where you almost feel like you're overwhelmed when you've got these brutes up in front of you, plus the regular enemies, plus these, you know, kind of wizardry enemies from a distance hitting you with fireballs, and you got these freaking snake-like things teleporting around, hitting you with poison, and it's real frantic. If I had to knock the game for one thing, and which I told my friends, if I had to knock it for one thing, it would be the freaking lock-on system. The freaking lock-on system, I feel like, doesn't work very good for as fast as the combat is. And that's just me, you know. And granted, I try not to even use the lock-on, you know. If you click the right stick is what locks on. So sometimes I accidentally hit it, and that's not good. So, like I said, for the most part, I generally try to steer clear of it. You know, I'm having a blast with it, with the kind of RPG-ish elements thrown into it, and finding all the secret chests and the masks and solving the little shrine riddles, and you know, it's great. And then you meet, you know, a merchant later, and you know, obviously your son and him have some interaction with the, you know, wanting to name his mule, and you know, you can use him to upgrade. And craft different gear for your boy, upgrade his skills, which makes him become better. So like I said, at the start he's kind of weak and he's kind of annoying. He gets better, and that's the main thing. He actually gets better, versus in a game like Itco or something like that, where you know, it's hand holding the whole way. And some people are joking and calling this game the dad simulator, you know, of 2018. Hey, that's fine, you know. I'm really attached to it. Like I said, you know, some of you know I've got kids, so, you know, I'm playing this game and my wife's watching. She's like, wow, this game is something else. And it's like, yeah, you know, the story is actually pretty good. You can see, you know, Kratos wrestling with himself on trying to show compassion to his son, versus, you know, trying to be that man, you know, and make him a man and, you know, discipline him, but at the same time bring him up, you know. And you know, everybody's focusing on how the boy's doing with the death of his mom, but you know, you can tell that you can look at Kratos and see that, you know, how he's doing with the death of his wife, and you know how it's just, you know, it's accumulating into things that, you know, speak to more people than what maybe previous games did. And like I said, I was one of the ones that I played the previous games. I just wasn't a big fan of them. I considered them, you know, pretty good stories, but button mashing simulators is what they basically were. I felt like there was no depth. It was just button mashing and quick time events is all it was. And hey, if that's your speed, that's your speed. I wanted something with a little bit more in depth than that. And you know, like I said, immediately I'm playing this game, I'm wandering around, I'm wanting to explore, I'm wanting to check things out, I'm having a blast with it. And it just reminds me of Horizon, you know, how that game came out last year and just kind of wowed everybody. Couple years ago, Bloodborne came out and just wowed me and you know, my friend and a large gaming community, and so it's really nice to see these exclusives hitting one right after another that are, you know, really great games. And you know, I'm digging this game, I'm loving it. If I had to review it, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 right now, you know, but it's a perfect game. I honestly think it's a perfect game. Now, I'm not aware, I haven't seen anything about a season pass or any additional DLC, and I'll be honest with you, I'm fine with that. I would be supremely fine if they didn't do that. Just leave it the way it is. You don't need to tack more stuff onto it. You don't need to re-release the game 6 months or a year from now as the complete edition, and then the Game of the Year version, and then the Decade of the Year, whatever. just let it be. Just let this game speak for itself. And, you know, the Corey guy that actually made the game posted a video with, you know, an emotional response of, you know, the Metacritic ratings and how he, you know, 5 years of them making this game, they put themselves into it. So, hey, I'm happy for him. To close this out, if you haven't got God of War yet on your PS4, please go get it. It is definitely worth it. Definitely one of the top 5 games on the PS4 right now, and maybe one of the top 5 of the generation, period, across all. I don't know. But for me, loving the game. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening to me. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment below. Thanks a lot.